WEHT Local Lifestyles continues.
Of course, at the beginning of a new year, we focus on our health, but how about our financial health? Well, we turn to our expert, like Jenny Jules. Good to see you.
Good to see you, too. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Well, thank you.
And now many of us are getting ready to do our tax returns, and we're looking back at how we did, because you got to look at what you did for the year.
Yeah.
First of all, what mistakes might we be making, and how can we put as much energy into our financial health as we do our New Year's resolutions?
Well, yeah. So I like to actually not think of them as mistakes. Those are in the past,
You're
right?
much nicer than me, because I look back and go, really?
And that's okay. That's okay. But well, going forward, you know, speaking of New Year's resolutions, so U.S. News actually cited a Fidelity investment survey that said that a third of Americans are actually going to make money resolutions for 2019. So anything from, you know, saving more money, spending less, paying down debt are all great resolutions, but like all of them, they usually give up on their resolution by mid-February. So just talking about a few tips that we use with our clients as well, and that have helped them succeed in, you know, staying the course for their financial goals. So one thing that I would always recommend to anybody, whether, you know, for any goal, whether it's fitness or you're wanting to learn a new hobby or finances, is you have to know where you're starting from, right? So you have to have a good picture of your current financial situation. So writing things down, like your assets, which would be like the value of your home, value of your vehicles, any investments that you may have, savings, and then comparing that to your liabilities. So the balance on your mortgage, student loans, car loans, credit card debt, comparing those two and coming up with your net worth kind of gets you a nice ground floor look at where you're at. And then also thinking about your income. So a lot of us, we think that the income that we have to spend every year is just that dollar amount that our employer says we make. So if you have a $50,000 job, $50,000 a year job, it doesn't necessarily mean that you're bringing home $50,000 a year to spend. So that's important to know as well. And then last, your expenses. You know?
Yes. And then that's really, I think, Jenny, and I know you work with people every day, just having the courage to sit down with someone and kind of open up that checkbook and open up those bills and having to look at it yourself and then having somebody else look at it that is not judgmental, but it's going to go, okay, this is where we are.
Yes.
Now let's go from here.
And that's one of the great things about working with a financial advisor. You know, the conversation over finances can be extremely emotional. And, you know, even myself, looking at my own finances sometimes, I get very emotional, like, oh, I want to spend money here, or I want to do this. And instead, you know, as a financial advisor, I have to put on that hat and think to myself, okay, this is really what I'm wanting to do going forward. These are the goals that I've set. So where am I at right now? And the goals that if you are going to set one for the new year, get really specific about it. You know, it's not just enough to say, I want to save more money. You need to know what you have, again, to see if you can even do that. And then set a number. So getting more specific might mean, you know, I want to save $6,000 in an IRA for 2019, which, you know, that $6,000 is the maximum contribution that you can make if you're below the age of 50. And, you know, saving it into an IRA means you're going to go for retirement. So that's what I mean by getting more specific.
So no, it's not just the what, but the how.
Yes.
So you've got, here's the what, I want to save money, but the how is, how's it going to look for me going forward?
Yes.
Well, that's one of the reasons we need financial advice. And we've got just a few seconds. We're going to get at those tax refunds, and we're going to go out there and buy that Michael Kors handbag.
No, you're not. No, you're not. It's very, very tempting, yes, because, you know, tax refunds in 2017, the IRS said the average tax return was $3,000. So that's a big check to get, you know, and people think they have hit a windfall with that. So I would really encourage you, again, if you have those new goals that you set for 2019, let's use that money. It's a great starter base to fund those new goals going forward.
Okay.
So.
And people can reach you. How can they reach you, Jenny?
So you can find me on my website. It's with ameriprise.com, and just search Find an Advisor and look under Jennifer Casten-Juhl.
Jennifer Casten-Juhl. Jenny Juhl right there. Thank you so much. Good to see you. You have to come back and do yoga with us sometime soon.
Absolutely.
And coming up next, our hearing aids expert, Amanda Bennett. There she is.